Whether the Python is a compiler or interpreter. Next, why many craze and many trending languages using Python, and even the artificial intelligence is using the Python, DevOps using the Python, cloud computing using the Python. Then what is this Python? Today, let us learn about the Python and how can we write the program in the Python. Good morning, students. Welcome back to our channel, Subhashini at the Tech Guy. From today onwards, we are going to start the classes in Python. And on every Thursday and Monday, I'm going to start the class and I'm making this as a premier class so that the student can ask the doubts when the class is running on. And even meanwhile, I can clear the doubts itself at the spot where you have written the comment and I can read back to you. So try to attend the premier classes for the Python. Now, for the Python classes, there is a concept of interpreter and compiler. At first, let us learn what is the Python, what are the advantages, and how can we install the Python, where we can execute the Python. These are the basic needs to learn the Python. That is before learning the Python programming. Many of the students are doing the Python in the visual code. But do you know, Python can be done in the command prompt also. So there is a difference between compiling the Python programming in the command prompt and compiling the Python programming in the visual code. This thing you have to learn first. Second thing, Python can be executed at any level, that is at any editor. You have to know that. And the third thing, how can we install the Python? Very free source code, and even how can we do the Python using the visual code? How can we execute the Python in the Python compiler itself? All these things are the basic needs before starting the Python programming. So all things I will discuss today: how to install, how to write the first programming, how can we insert the programming, what are the variables, every necessary things to start the Python programming. So these classes will be from the basic level to the advanced level. So don't miss the classes. And today, let us start the first class of Python. Let us start the class by introducing the Python programming. So a Python is a programming language which is created by Udo von Rossum and it is released in 1991 itself. But it comes out at 2000. Generally, we make like 2000th year it has came out, and from 2020 onwards, Python has become most popular language. Now, what is this Python? So Python is very easy to learn and it is a simple programming language. It has been giant like Google, NASA, Instagram, Netflix, and many of the companies, that is most popular companies, has graded a most high popular programming language globally. And for many students and for the new coders, Python is a very user-friendly, that is beginner-friendly, because the programming entire thing will be like writing in a simple English language. So it is very simple to understand and simple to write the coders, the programming, and even for the execution also, it is very simple. So that's why this become a most simple and popular programming language nowadays. Now, why Python? Let us see the most characteristics, important characteristics, and what are the reliabilities having in the Python. The Python is a readability programming language. So this programming language can be read very easily because what I am saying is everything the Python, the syntax is very clear and it will be in the same plain English language. How you speak out, it will be maximum, it will be like a plain English language, so that the students and the freshers and even for the beginners programming who are going to the as a beginner code, it is very easy and we can read and write the code in a plain English language. Okay, it is very versatility. The most versatility thing in the Python is from web development to the AI, from AI to the data science, even for the game creations, these Python applications are becoming incredible. That innovative things has many done in Python while using the gamings and most importantly in the web development also. So a Python full stack development can be learned by using this Python itself. The community. So the benefit of this learning Python is it is very vast and very supportive for the online communities because a Python can be run in online compiler directly. And the libraries of the tools and the most resources, that is the predefined functions, and many libraries are very easy and they can be easily found in the online communities, are very supportive in the online community also. Now, what is the job market in the Python? How the market is going to be high level in the Python? Let us see that. A Python is a high demand skills because various industries as using the Python itself. That's why many of the skills of the Python are useful for your job market. And while comparing to the competitive, the salaries are averaging across $1 lakh for the developers. Now, let us go one Python installation. How can we install the Python in different operating systems? Let us see that. So, before that, I will explain you how the Python is useful and where we need to install it. What are the necessary things to install the Python? Let us learn it first. So, we need a minimum operating system of Windows 10 or 11 64-bit. Even we can run at the Mac, and even the more compatibility for the new user is the operating system. That is, it depends upon the operating system. Next, I will explain even how can we install in Windows or how can we install in the Mac also. Minimum admin privileges. The minimum admin privileges for the installation you need is a system-wide installation using the Python components. Next, the internet connection. If it is needed, we can go up to 25 to 30 MB while installing the file itself, not for the compilation or for the execution. While installation, at least you need 25 to 13 MB installer file. Next, the disk space, it occupies around 100 MB. And even for the Python components in the libraries also, you need at least 100 MB of the free disk space. That is the memory. Now, how can we download the Python? Directly, you can go the Python organization, that is the direct website, and go and install there. While the Windows installer or macros, that is Mac OS 64-bit installer, or you need an installer of approximate 27 MB of the memory while installing the Python. Even in the Windows installer, you need 64-bit. That is for the Windows install 64-bit, you can go for that. And directly, you can use the Python 3.11.5 version. This is the latest version and it is enough for the students to learn Python. While installing the process, first run the installer, that is after downloading the executable file, run the installer. Next, set the path. So check like add python.exe. Installation of the Python or installation of the path is done in the environment variables. I hope you know that one, environment variables for your PC. Okay, there you can go and set your path of the Python. Next, once it is customized, go for customize installation and then installation and you can finish it and close. Okay. I hope you know the environment variables. Otherwise, I will show how can we use the environment variables for the Python also. Okay. Next, once it is installation, this installation process, what we have discussed is on the Windows. Okay. For the installation process of the Mac, if it is your Mac OS, then simply double click on the package file. Okay. Next, for prompts, continue each one. And for the Mac installation, you need the license agreement, which can be shared by installation process. Next, use the standard installation and simply authenticate and finish. For the Mac OS, no need of setting your path in the environment variables. For the Windows, you need to set the path at the environment variables and I will show you till now. Next, once it is done, check your Python installation is done successfully. So after installation of the process, go the command prompt and there you can write a terminal of the Mac and open the application. Okay, the Python versions are this one. You can use any version of the Python. Once that type the Python version, okay, or Python 3 version and try to execute your programming there. Next, check your pipe versions, that is the version of the Windows 3 version for the Mac OS. And here you can check like pipe, that is PIP 23.x and x. Then you will get some the version details so that you can confirm that your Python installation has done very successfully. Okay, now let me show how can we set the path in the Windows. Okay, for the Mac, no need of setting any path, but the Windows, it is necessary to set your path of Python. How can we set the path for your Windows? First, go for your PC. Next, go for the properties of the PC. Otherwise, directly you can go from here. Go for properties. This will be better if you go directly to the properties. Now, in the find settings, check like view advanced settings. View advanced system settings. Okay. Come here and select environment variables. Here, go for path. This process is similar for Java and even for the Oracle, for Python, for anything. That is for any software after installation. If you need anything to set like a Python, see, already I have set my Python variables here. So for this, the process will be same for any software. Okay. New, and here write the variable as Python and copy your path. After that, edit. Here also make like new and write your Python path here. Okay. I have done already here. So I got it here like Python. So if you are a new installer, click here new and set your path, the Python path here directly. Next, set in the system variables also, the process will be same. First, make it as a new, write your Python and the Python variable. Next, edit. Okay. Write here as a Python. Okay. This can be done for any software. To set the path, that is to copy the path. Once the installation is done, go the path, that is the location of the path, and simply copy that path and paste here. So this is the way how can we install our Python, even the Java, even the Oracle or your SQL system, MySQL, anything which you want to set the path, the process will be same. Go for the environment variables, make your advanced settings and set the path there. Then you can write your Python program directly. Okay. So our installation process is done. Now let us learn some variables in Python. In Python, variables are also considered as a digital containers. Okay. And what is the variable? Generally, we consider the variable which can change in the programming. Done. So here, we think the variables are the digital containers which can use to store the different types of the data. And the most important thing is in the Python, we won't declare the data types. So variables are considered as one container where you can store and you can make it for every data type. For the numbers, for the text, for the characters, even for the strings, it can capable to store the values. Okay. So for example, if I am making like a label of the box of toys, then or some books in Python, we make it as a one variable label. That means a books, that is a set of books can also consider as a variable name. If you are familiar with the C or C++ language, the arrays also consider and it can be stored directly in a single variable. That the thing happened in the Python. I'm comparing with a basic language. Okay. Now, how can we store the data in Python? Means, for example, if it is a string, that is a group of characters, it can be stored in double quotations. If it is a normal text, it can be stored in a normal value for the numbers, and we can store either true or false value. That means we can go the data type like integer values, that is numbers. Okay. The characters are the strings. Okay. Like this, the characters and the strings can be inserted in the double quotations, and a Boolean value is also done here. A Boolean value means either true or false, yes or no. This can be make it as a Boolean. Boolean means either yes or no, true or false. So a positive value and the negative value is named as a Boolean. In Python, a Boolean is also one of the data type used here. But I'm again insisting we won't write the data types. A values, that is a variables, can capable of storing numbers, characters, group of characters, and even the Boolean values. Okay. So a variables having the capacity of storing the things. Now what about the data types? In Python, data types are automatically recognized by the compiler itself. So for the Python, we recognize different data types of the data. For string, that is nothing but a text. For integers, that is nothing but the whole numbers. For float, a decimal numbers. And for the Boolean, we make it as true or false. Okay, these are the 4 data types which are automatically recognized by the Python compiler. Now, let us create one comment. So in the Python, to create a comment, we use hash. Using hash symbol, this symbol, here we write a comments. Comments, or we can call it as one documents also. Regarding the program, if the user wants to write anything, this can be followed by using this symbol. So this symbol is specially used for the comments in Python programming. Now, what are the built-in data types here? A built-in data types here, as I discussed before, integers. Okay, integers means no decimal point, something like x is equals to 2. Float, again, float something like points, which are decimal points. Characters is nothing but a single character. Strings are nothing but a text, that is group or characters. And one more thing is a Boolean. Boolean is the another data type. Maximum these data types are automatically considered and recognized by the compilers. Now let us see what are the built-in data types. By default, a Python compiler can be make it and recognize. Now let us see some built-in data types in Python. For the numeric types, we can go for int, float, complex. For the sequence types, that is just like arrays, we can go list, tuple, and range. For mapping types, we use the data type like dict. For the set types, we go for set and frozen set. For the Boolean, that is either true or false, we can consider as a bool. For the binary types, we can go for bytes, byte array, memory view. And none type, here a special data type, built-in data type is considered in the Python, which is called as none type. None type is also a built-in data type. Okay. Now let us see some examples in Python. That means we can go into the Python compiler and how the Python compiler works, how can we write the program, we can see it. While explaining the programming, I will consider 2 things. 1, writing the programming in the Python command prompt, and 2, using the visual code. So I will explain today both the compilers so that you can use anything. While writing the compiler, that is in the Python compiler, that is at the command prompt, it can work as an interpreter also. I will show that. And while using the visual code, it will completely works as a compiler. So we can say Python is a interpreter and a compiler. Now what is a compiler? Compiler means the program is compiled at a time. That is compiler. So compiler which checks entire program at a time. And what is interpreter? Interpreter means a program is checked by line. That means if the first line you get error, it won't allow to write the next line. That is called as interpreter. So a Python can be considered as both compiler and interpreter. Especially interpreter is done in a code, that is command prompt, and the compiler is done at a visual code. Okay, Visual Studio Code. Both are okay, but while learning the programming at the beginner level, I recommend to write the program in the command prompt, because in the visual code, entire thing is done by the compiler itself. The simple things, a double quotations, even if a user has written a small error, it will automatically rectify. Then you won't learn the programming perfectly. So I recommend try to do the programming in the command prompt. Okay. Of course, finally, that is your wish. Where can you want to compile your program? You can go for that. I will show 2 things now. Okay. Let us start writing the programming in Python. So let us learn how can we install the Visual Code. Okay. So just simple. It's very simple. Google it as a Visual Code Studio or Visual Studio Code and simply click on it and install. So click it. It's a very official website. So don't worry. Click on this and simply download. So while downloading, just observe that whether you are downloading the executable file or not. So it's like a file name .exe, that is called as executable file, like this. So now download the executable file. I'm explaining the Visual Code Studio because if you install the Visual Code Studio, you can execute the programs of Python, Java, HTML, CSS, everything. Instead of using the official Python code, you can use it and it is very easy to execute the coding. So download the Visual Code. Once the executable file is ready, it will show you that the download has completed. So let us wait for it's take just a span of 2 minutes. That's it. See, my downloading is going on. Yes, it's completed. So the Visual Studio executable file is downloaded at first. Now open the file, click on this. As soon as you click on open a file, it automatically instructed to install the Visual Code into your system. So once you open the file like this, it automatically installed. So make it okay and simply install the Visual Code. So accept the every agreements here. Don't worry, it is official website. So simply you can accept the things. Click on next and click on next. Here create the shortcut so that the shortcut is automatically created on your desktop. So don't forget to creating a shortcut while installing itself. So create a shortcut and simply click on finish. The installation process is going on. As I said, Visual Code Studio is one of the best one to execute all the different types of compilers at one place. So you can go further. But the thing is, a Visual Code Studio is an interpreter. The difference is only the interpreter and the compiler. Sorry, the Visual Code Studio is a compiler and a normal Python is an interpreter. So a Visual Code Studio using Python will become as an interpreter programming. It's going on. Once it is finished, simply click on finish. That's it. Our Visual Code Studio is ready to execute Python programming. Now, after installing the Visual Code Studio, now start the Python. So here, before going into the Python, at first save the program like filename.py. Okay, so the Python extension is .py and save the program here. Whatever the program you want, your file name. So filename.py so that it will create a Python folder now. At the starting itself, after generating the file, here the Python has to be installed in the Visual Code. So this is the process that it is automatically done by the system itself. So this is the process of installing the Python compiler into Visual Code. Once the Python compiler is inserted into Visual Code, now we are ready to execute. This happens only at the very first time when you install your Visual Code and the first programming you are writing in the Python. So the Python has to be installed into the Visual Code. This is the process how we install the Python compiler into Visual Code. Okay. Once it is done, it takes some time. The installation process will take some time. No problem. So once it is done, now we can execute the programming and we can write the programming. So this is the process how we can install the Python into the Visual Code. After getting the Visual Code, don't forget of installing the Python installation compiler into Visual Code. This is the process. It takes some time. So we need to wait. Here the Python debugger, the Python compiler and run the Python debugger, entire thing will be installed into our Visual Code. Once it is done, now we are ready to write a program. Okay. So open the file name which you have saved here. Here I have done like hello.py. So we can write here the program. Our first program like print. See, observe here, automatically the parentheses are opened and automatically it is closed. And here I am writing like hello world. Okay, this is our first program we are writing in the Python code. Maybe it's a long view. I want to show the entire window at a time. So I just recorded as a long view. You can follow my words and you can write the program. Now once it is done, we can execute the Python programming like this. Run the Python program. Now it is ready to execute and to start our Python debugger. So make it as debug and run. So let us start the first Python program. As we have done the installation process, we are writing the first programming. So I am writing basic program of Python. the Python programming can easily write by using some print. So print is the built-in command. Here you can print anything like this. Hello, suppose, world. Okay. The string should be in the double quotation. No semicolons. Now, let us write one more program like addition of two numbers. Okay. So for hash is nothing but writing the comments. So I'm writing the command as comments. Add two numbers. So add two numbers. Now to take the values here, installation process is not done. Directly we can write. Python can take the data types automatically. So float. Now I'm writing like input. So input is the function where we can get the data. Here write enter the first number. Same programming we can execute in the compiler also. Okay. Now for num2, second variable, float, similarly write input, enter second number. So whatever you write in this double quotation, at the execution time, it will execute like that. Now let us write the calculation. So sum equals to num1 plus num2 and simply print this one. So print sum of two numbers okay, sum of two numbers, double quotation close and comma, you can write sum, bracket close. This is the programming. You can press Ctrl plus Fy to compile the program, that is to run the program. So Ctrl plus F5. Of course, I will show this in the compiler directly. This program I will execute in both compilers. This is our first class. So I'm executing this programming in both compilers. One in the Visual Code, second one using the Python compiler. So same programming we are writing there. So write this program because I'm showing the entire window of the compiler at the installation time and even the compilation time. There you may not be able to see the code directly, that is the text directly. So write this code and simply write in the compiler. This is our first class. So I'm showing entire window of the compilers of Python. Okay. Now let us go for the Visual Code and write this program and we can execute. Now, as I explained the programming before, to find sum of two numbers, we are executing that programming in the Visual Code Studio. At first, go for File. So, I'm explaining again how can we open the Python compiler. So, go for File and create a new file with file name .py because py is a extension for Python. Now, write the programming of sum of two numbers here. Okay. So write the entire programming as I said before. You can observe here while writing the coding, automatically the compiler will help you to write, to close the parentheses, to close the double quotations. Okay. And even it can show the syntax of the command, predefined built-in function, the syntax of the predefined function you can able to see here because it is a user-friendly compiler, that is Visual Code. So write the entire program here. Now sum is equal to num1 plus num2 semicolon. Simply print sum. Our program is completed. Run. Now execute the program. Simply click on run and debug. So you can observe entire program, after completion of entire program, the compiler is going to execute the program because here I want to notify you that the Visual Code compiler is nothing but a programming of the compiler, that is a Python compiler. Next I will show the interpreter also. So run the program. So entire program is ready. Simply run the program, run and debug. See, our compiler has started. Enter the first value, enter the second value and we will get the output. So like this, we can execute our coding here. Now done. Now, let us execute the programming using the original Python compiler. So this is the Python compiler you need to install in your system. Okay. Once it is installed, we can execute the program. That's what I'm saying. This is the programming where a Python programming works as an interpreter. So here all the built-in functions and a better guide will be provided by the compiler. Now open the programming. So while opening here, you will get like python.exe. So open that executable file. Here you can write the programming. So if you install this programming, you can get two compilers. One is Python executable compiler. Here also we write the program. Otherwise, we can go for python.dll, that is library compiler also. So both are same, and this works as a compiler itself. As we work the programming, the visual code, here also it will works as like a visual code. Now let me explain the interpreter. Because visual code is also a compiler, and whatever I have shown now, this is also a compiler. So let us discuss the interpreter of the Python. For that, open this one, click on it and open the compiler, click on it. The Python compiler is open. This is the Python interpreter. Here we can write the programming like an interpreter. So observe the programming. I'm not changing the code. Same programming I'm writing. At first I'm writing print hello world. After that let us execute the sum of two numbers program. Okay, see hello world. Immediately it has executed the programming. Now let us write the sum of two numbers programming. For clear the screen, Ctrl plus L. Use the shortcut to clear the screen as Ctrl plus L. Now write the programming num1 equals to, as it is, input, enter a value and observe it. Enter the value. That is the first number I am entering here. And observe now. Immediately it will ask to enter the value. This is the Python interpreter. Observe this one. Now again I am writing num2 equals to float input. Now enter another number. Okay. Immediately it will ask for the number. See. So this is the way, and this is the proof that a Python can be called as one interpreter. Now complete the program. Sum equals to num1 plus num2 and print sum. Print sum. Okay. It will immediately execute the program also. No need of any shortcuts, anything. Immediately whatever the user writes, it will replicate immediately after completion of the code. So this is the process of executing the programming of Python in the original compiler. This is the class about today. Every basic things of the Python you have learned. What are the variables? And the most important thing is, in every programming language, the declaration part is very important. But in the Python, we won't declare any variables. Directly it can be executed. That's the first thing. Second thing, installation process is very important. And how can we execute? Execution is in the command prompt, it works as an interpreter. Execution in the visual code, it works as a compiler. Make the difference. And the third thing, today we have started the programming. I will give some questions in our description. Try to answer the questions. If you have any doubt, you can comment there. I will answer it back. Okay. And I hope you learned something from this video. If you learned, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.